Hey guys, Airgun Angie with Gateway to Airguns. I've got a replica airgun here. This is the Springfield Armory M1A by Air Venturi. It's available in 177 and 22 cal. This one is the 22 caliber. It is an underlever pellet rifle. Really quick, I want to say thank you to Gateway to Airguns for making this video possible. Go check them out, guys. www.gatewaytoairguns.org. www.gatewaytoairguns.org. Now, this is a replica of the actual firearm version of the M1A, and the M1A is a civilian version of the M14. Now, let's get into this gun and find out how realistic it really is. Okay, from butt to muzzle, total length is 45.6 inches and total weight is 9.9 pounds. Wow, that's a heavy pellet rifle. But remember guys, this is a replica. The actual firearm version weighs 9.8 pounds and is 44.33 inches long, so very, very similar there, especially in the weight. And of course, the mechanics are going to be like night and day, so the ability to match the weight like that, kudos. The length of pull is 13 inches. It has a rubber butt pad that looks as if it has a compartment in it. It is a mock version of the firearm. Some versions of the firearm are equipped with a compartment in the flip-up butt pad that holds a cleaning kit. That's a great idea. It is ambidextrous with a hardwood stock. The manual safety is located in front of the two-stage non-adjustable trigger. The safety is a bit different from most of the ones I've seen, whether it be on a firearm or an air rifle. I'll get into that when we go over how to operate this. Above the trigger is the action where it is powered by a spring piston. It is literally a springer. Now I'll call a gas ram pellet rifle a springer as well. Some people don't like that too much, but what are we supposed to call it, guys? A gasser? Then there is a release for the anti-bear trap located on the left side of the action. On the firearm version, it's the bolt catch or release mechanism, and on the right side of the action they've included a mock charging handle. Super cool. You'll notice there are no scope rails. There are a couple of options. Included with it are open sights. You have the front fixed sight and you have the rear adjustable peep sights. It's adjustable for elevation and windage. Or you can get yourself some standard M1A or M14 scope mounts and mount you a scope. So yes, in all actuality, it is scopable. So moving forward, next the action goes from black to brown. This is the upper hand guard where you find when you cock the gun, it reveals the single pellet loading port. The extending cocking lever is located under the barrel. The extension conveniently slides into and out of the existing lever and allows for more leverage to make the 35 pounds of cocking effort easier. The fixed rifled steel barrel is 18.9 inches in total length and includes a very close to the real thing muzzle brake for a great finishing touch to the aesthetics of the gun. Okay, on to operation. So we're getting so much closer to performance, guys. So how do we operate this? Well, unless you're going to mount a scope, I don't have any standard M1A or M14 mounts, so we're going to go with it as it is with the open sights. So all we need is the gun and some pellets. Let's go to the range. This one is very simple, but before doing anything, make sure your safety is engaged. Now, like I said, this safety is very different from what I'm used to. You pull back towards you for fire and you push forward for safety. This one's a little backwards. It definitely does take some getting used to. Okay, next, extend the cocking lever to allow more leverage. Grab firmly and pull down until the anti-bear locking system activates. Load your desired pellet into the loading port. Press the bear trap release and return the cocking lever to its original position, locking it in place. Aim at your desired target, lining up the peep sights, disengage the safety, and pull the trigger. Okay guys, so now that we know how to operate it, it's time for the fun part, performance. Now so far, this has lived up to my expectations for a replica. Let's find out if it performs just as well as the firearm version. I know we're not going to get as much power, but we're going to have just as much fun. First order of business is trigger pull and sound. So for the trigger pull, I got 2 pounds, 12.4 ounces, which is actually quite a bit lighter than the firearm version. The firearm version is like 4.5 to 5 pounds of trigger pull. So this one's a little lighter, kind of nice. As far as sound, guys, at the muzzle, I got 98 dB, so at the muzzle it's a little loud. But I moved it 10 yards away. Yes, only 10 yards, because at this point I'm at 20 yards from the target. So halfway from the shooting table and the target, I got 86. So it dropped down quite a bit. Is it backyard friendly? So on to accuracy, power, distance, and of course, my favorite, offhand shooting. So accuracy, what I did, I started my shooting at 20 yards. This is a Springer, so let's start at a closer distance and we'll move back later and see how far we can get and shoot it accurately. So at 20 yards, I tested 4 different pellets. Now these are pellets that I tested in some previous off-camera shooting. They're ones that did the best out of all the ones that I tested. Quick sight in. Hopefully it's quick anyways. I'm not sure where that hit. Let me go look. I'm going to turn the elevation clock turret, which is on the left side of the gun. I'm going to turn it clockwise to bring it down. I'm not sure. Let me go look again. All right, that was perfect as far as elevation, but it's still left a little. I don't know. There we go. That'll do. So I have the hobbies mainly for velocity, but I want to see if they're accurate as well. I guess the chickens are going to lay some eggs while I shoot. I think that was 4. Let me go count them. Okay, so those were the hobbies. Those were the lightest lead pellets I have, and they actually shot really well. Let's see what the Crossman Premiers do. These are the hollow points. They're 14.3 grain. I believe this is the last one for these ones. All right, so that's 5 shots with the Crossman Premiers. It doesn't look too bad from here, but we'll take a closer look in a minute. Now we're gonna shoot the Weir, like you guys were here helping me pull the trigger, right? Now I'll shoot the Hades. These are the JSB Match Diabolo Hades, and they are 15.89 grains. These are a hunting pellet. I think that was 3. Okay, I believe that was 5. I might have shot an extra one. I don't think so, but I'm not sure. but let's go ahead and move on to the off-camera favorites, H&N Barracuda 15s. These ones were absolutely awesome. Stacked them. So sometimes things don't perform on camera like they do off. Let's see what happens. Well, that one didn't stack, did it? I believe this will be the 5th one. All right, let's go see what we got. So I would have to say the Hades did the best, then the Crossmans, and then the H&Ns. But guys, in my off-camera thing, the H&Ns are right on top of each other, so they were actually even better than the Hades. I'm going to take both of these back to 30 yards and see which one's the favorite then. But first, let's talk velocity. So Air Venturi claims a max velocity of 800 feet per second. I'm not sure if that's with an alloy pellet or a light lead pellet, but what I have here are the RWS Hobbies. They are 11.9 grains. They are lead. So that's generally what I do my testing with if I have those pellets in that caliber. So what I got with the lead pellets was the max velocity, 858 feet per second. And every shot was above 800 feet per second, so it performed better than what they claimed. That's awesome. And they're pretty accurate too. And these are the Hades. To add a little bit of excitement, to get away from a little bit of paperwork, I'm going to use the quadrant target from here on out. So at 30 yards, got the quadrant target set up. I'm going to see if I can hit the center or just how well they group. But they all seem to be grouping right there in that bottom left quadrant. Oh, that one hit the right. Kind of strange. All right, so that's those ones. I'm going to go repaint the quadrant target and then shoot the Barracuda 15s. Bottom left again. I think this is the last one. Oh, hi. So at 30 yards, the Hades are still the favorite. So all in all, guys, this thing loves the Hades. All right, now for some offhand testing. This is one of my favorite parts of the video. I love testing no matter how heavy or how light or whatever the air rifle is. I love the offhand testing. And I mean, at 9.9 pounds, you don't look at it and say, oh yeah, that'll be a great offhander. Well, let's see what happens. Not too terribly bad. Oh, oh, it's so close. I don't know how many pellets I have in my pocket. Not too many. I'm just gonna use them. Ow. 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 Three more chances to hit the bull. Ooh. Ooh. That one was high again. I knew when I pulled the trigger that one was going to be off. Sometimes you can just tell. All right, last one, guys. Last one. Nope, not today. It's a little heavy for an offhander. It's not intended for offhanding, guys. This is almost a 10-pound gun. This one's intended for some at the bench, just fun plinking around, or sitting in the gun cabinet admiring how cool it looks. But don't leave it in the gun cabinet, it is so fun to shoot. So we've done pretty much everything, guys. So now it's time to move on to cons and pros. Are there any cons? Well, couple things. They're not really cons. I just wish they would have added maybe a mock magazine like the firearm and some swivel studs, just like the firearm. Those are the only two things that, well, okay, one more. So this compartment back here, it really would be nice if it actually did open up and could hold like maybe some pellets or a little small cleaning kit, something like that. That would be sweet to have it exactly like. Some of the versions didn't have a flip up buttstock, but some of them did. This one looks like it does replicate the flip up version. It has like the little hinges right here and everything. It would be cool if that did pop up and you could store something in there, but it doesn't, so not really cons, just maybe some wishful thinking. So maybe the only con that I found about this gun is the fact that the extension on the cocking lever, sometimes if you when you're pulling it down, it likes to try to slide back inside the cocking lever. It would be nice if it had maybe like a twist lock on it when you pulled it out. You could, which it doesn't, I've tried it. When you pulled it out, you could twist it to lock it so it doesn't slide back in so easily. But that's the only con, and really that's like tiny, guys. We've covered the cons, there wasn't much. On to pros. I think that Air Venturi did a fantastic job with this M1A replica. I mean, from the look-alike butt stock to the vintage looking hardwood stock, looks so real. The mock charging handle, the bear trap release in place of the bolt catch and release mechanism, the pellet loading port being right underneath the handguard. The cocking lever, I mean, you guys take a look at the actual firearm. Compare it to this. It is so similar. It's crazy. And the feel of it is even better. So did Air Venturi do a sick job? I think so. I think they did great. I wouldn't call this a hunting gun, though. You could use it for that. It's a little heavy. I would probably more use it for a bench plinking, just having fun with some friends gun and looking at this awesome piece of history. It's also very accurate. I could imagine it'd be even more accurate with a scope on it. I wouldn't take it beyond 30 yards unless you just want to have some fun, challenging shooting time like this chick. Got it that time, so 2.5 out of 5 at 50 yards. One of the biggest pros about this replica is you get the same look, the same feel for a whole lot less. I actually priced an M1A firearm or an M14 and they're about $2,500. This one you can get at Pyramid Air for around $200. You can pick you one of these up and be reminded of some pretty cool history. www.pyramidair.com. I would like to take a moment to say thank you to Gateway to Airguns. Thank y'all so much for making these videos possible. If you guys have not checked them out, you really, really should. If you're an air gunner, you like air guns, you like shooting, go check out www.gatewaytoairguns.org. There is something for every air gunner alive. I promise. Guys, that's it for today. I'm Airgun Angie with Gateway to Airguns. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like what I'm doing with these grip reviews, please be sure to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel and share with your friends. All right, guys, that's it. Y'all just have a good day. Have an awesome one. See ya.